Hey everybody, this is Roy Canny, and this is Favorite Game Friday. We have a group of contributors with completely different tastes in gaming talk about their favorite game in the category of the week. This week we're talking all about long-term strategic planning. Is there a game that you can have a long-term strategy in that you really enjoy? Make sure to leave that in the comments below, and let's get to all the contributors' clips.
Hi, it's Barb, Maple PhD, and I had a little trouble with this week's long-term strategy because I often play games by the seat of my pants. But one game where I do some long-term planning is Terraforming Mars, because I will draft cards that I know I can't play for many, many generations, and I'm always just sure that they're going to pay off. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but it's always fun. Happy Friday, everyone.
The original X-Men Marvel United is a fairly tactical game as you make decisions quickly throughout the game. The newest X-Men Marvel United, Days of Future Past, makes the game much more strategic, and it's become my favorite strategic game recently. You have to decide how to take out the Sentinels because they move in a very ordered way, basically based on the symbols you put out, so you know what they're going to move without a lot of randomness. You have to figure out when you want to stop Nimrod from coming out. If he comes out too soon, it's too hard to deal with him. If it comes out too late, you don't have time to deal with him. Overall, the newest Days of Future Past is very strategic and probably my favorite strategic game right now.
What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne from Blackboard Gaming, and my pick for favorite board game with long-term strategy is this game right here, Castell. In Castell, we are leading our team of Castellers throughout Catalonia, competing in festivals and local events, trying to build the highest human tower, all the while recruiting new Castellers and training and honing our craft. This game will have you thinking 3, sometimes 4 turns ahead, and that's why this is one of my favorite board games with long-term strategy. See you guys later.
Hello everyone, Ben Myers here. Today's topic for Favorite Game Friday is long-term strategy games. And my pick is going to be Grand Austria Hotel. In Grand Austria Hotel, you are running a sort of cafe/hotel in which you are going to be seating guests in your cafe, providing food for them, and then providing them a room for the night. And so in this game, you have to really think multiple steps ahead because there are so many things you have to manage, whether that be your food supply, your guests, the amount of rooms that you have available, the emperor track, all sorts of different things, and you have to be prepared for doing all different types of things because you never know what kind of actions are going to be available to you via the dice. Happy Friday, everyone. Bye.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Libby.
And I'm Julian, and we are from Box Meeples on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter.
This week we're talking about games with long-term strategy.
And the game I've picked is Yedo. This is a game Libby talks about a lot, but I don't often mention, which might make you think I don't enjoy it, but I really love this game too. In this game, you are drawing cards to complete missions with your various workers you're placing on the board. And there's one mission in particular that is a real game changer. If you draw the mission, Kill the Shogun, you've got to have your workers in very specific places on the board and have the right weapons. There's a real sense of excitement when everything comes together and you finally lay down that card saying you've completed the mission and killed the Shogun. The seeing the faces of your opponents when that happens is priceless. But it's only going to happen if you devote some time and get everything right at exactly the right time. You've got to think ahead if you're going to kill that Shogun.
It is super tricky to do, for sure. This week I am going with Scythe, which is your favourite game.
Yes, so it's a bit of inversion.
It is, yes. In this game you're all vying to complete achievement stars in varying areas, so you'll get them for battles, for doing upgrades, enlisting your workers, for getting mechs out on the board, loads of different areas, so you can't focus on them all. You have to sort of choose what's going to be good for you, what works with your player board. They're all asymmetrical boards, so how much things cost and where they can move across the board is all slightly different. And the last game that we played actually with some friends, everyone else had 2 or 3 stars up on the board and I was still sort of down there at 0. But I've sort of been like working away on a couple of different things, and the factory card that I had got allowed me to enlist, which completed my enlistment, so I got a star for that. It also allowed me to move, which spread out my troops to complete my personal objective card, so that got me another star. And in moving, I also instigated a battle, which I had some Battle 5 cards in my hand, so also won the battle to then get a third star in the one turn. You have to be thinking ahead about how you're going to get these things to work together, but you mustn't forget popularity in this game, because at the end of the day it's not who gets the 6th star first, it's who has the most money at the end.
For me, I'm not going to go just long-term strategy. I'm going to say a long game as well, and that is Twilight Imperium. I love that you have these hidden objective cards that you can like plot and plan out and try to figure out ways to slowly move your ships out and be able to take over those different areas or objectives or planets and things that you need to be able to get those objectives. Sometimes it's blowing up your opponent's stuff. Sometimes it's capturing things right beside their homeworld. There's lots of things that take a lot of planning and a really long time to succeed in, and that is Twilight Imperium for long-term strategy.
Kimberly here with Tabletop Tolson, and when I think long-term strategy, nothing else comes to mind except Obsession. This is the perfect game for every single turn matters, every improvement that you make, every person card that you bring into your hand, every step towards courtship matters. And with the expansions, this is just an amazing, amazing long-term strategy game that everybody should have.
Hi everyone, I'm Nathan. My favorite thinky strategy long-term game is definitely Paladins of the West Kingdom. I never have enough workers, I never have the right colors, I can never do all the stuff I want to do, so I really have to plan ahead as best I can to make everything work out right. Plus the AI is very strong, very smart, scores a lot of points. It's a really, really challenging game for me, and I love it.
Hey, Favorite Game Friday, Jared here from the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel, home of board game tutorials, news, and a podcast, and we're talking about strategic games, so I'm going to throw out the Heavy Euro Clinic, specifically Clinic Deluxe. It has multiple expansions, which all add to the complexity, but even the base game is quite the thinker. You have to build up floors of various hospital rooms, and not just rooms, but whole departments. You know, you've got the psychology ward, you've got all kinds of, you got to hire doctors, you got to attract the patients in there, you got to make some money doing all of it. So if you, you're just competing to become the best at running a hospital. And it's as complicated maybe as running a hospital, I don't know, but it's a lot of fun, very strategic, and if that sounds like interesting to you, then definitely check out Clinic Deluxe.
Assalamu alaikum. There are many games in which you have to think multiple turns in advance that what you are going to do. But my best example of that game is going to be Power Grid. Because in this game, there is going to be a fluctuating economy of resources. The oil prices, the coal prices, they are going to change after a while. And you have to plan very diligently that how you're going to use your money. Do you want to buy a power plant, but then keep enough money to actually buy the resources, coal, uranium, or whatever, to actually run those plants as well, or build and extend your city as well. So you have to pre-plan your moves, and someone else buying before you those resources can really mess up your plans as well. So I really love that nature of Power Grid, and that's why this is my favorite thinking type of game in which you have to plan your moves properly. That's it for me. Happy gaming.
Hello, Favorite Games Friday. We're the Hendersons. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Deb. Daniel, what are your favorite long-term strategy games?
Among my favorites are Viticulture. You're competing. Each player is building their own winery and trying to make the most money by the end of a few years. Another that I like is Concordia. Trading in the Mediterranean. Tom Vassell, I heard, loves this kind of game. Or Scythe. This is a big heavy box because it has little mech robots and there are many paths to victory to win in Scythe. Deb, what strategy games do you like?
Well, I like Hedara, which has different areas that you can get workers for, but you need to make sure you've got enough food to feed the ones that you do have and try to get the most points. But my real favorite is Dejarik. It is a form of holographic chess, which is played on a round board, where teams of creatures attack each other.
And what strategy do you use in Dejarik?
Let the Wookiee win. Happy gaming.
Hey guys, this week's topic is about heavy strategy, and I have to give it to Scythe for this one just because of the achievements. If you have the digital version on Steam, try to get some of those achievements. Some of them are very, very difficult, so you have to plan it very ahead. And I owe you guys a video for last week for tiny games. I will have to pick Point Salad. Throw in your book bag and play with people. It's just some cards. It's an awesome game. Well, till next time, guys.
It's always interesting, those games that allow you to plan out these extravagant long-term strategy, and it's so rewarding when you see those strategies come to fruition. Sometimes they fall apart, but it's still fun to try to build up those things as the game goes along. If you have a game that you really enjoy the long-term strategy, and make sure to leave it in the comments down below. And make sure to check out our contributors on Favorite Game Friday from all around the world and all around the internet. It would be awesome to have you join in as part of this community here on Favorite Game Friday. So if you'd like to do that, you can leave a super short video in the Google Drive link down below, and you can be a part of next week's episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about unique games. So is there a game that has mechanisms or different things that feel really unique to you, or something that's just unique in gaming in general that you think stands apart in your collection? What's your favorite unique board game? Make sure to make a super short video and put that in the Google Drive link down below, and we'll see you on the next Favorite Game Friday. Well, I've been Roy Candidate. I'll see you next time.